The TPR, so we go back to, oh, wait a minute, Kelsey Barnes is final. Let me do my people that have been waiting since 1 o'clock
Yeah, go
first.
ahead, Your Honor, because I'm missing a case manager and I need to find her.
All right, Guider, Hubble, come on back up.
Your Honor, while we've been sitting, I do just have two concerns, and I understand if Your Honor's already made up your mind about this, but just two main reasons why I do feel like it's important to order it today. The first is, our trial it's the first time we're establishing a parenting plan. It's a best interest standard. One of the factors that we're supposed to be showing is mental health. I mean, that's one of the factors we're supposed to be showing, and I really do think it's important to the father meeting his burden for us to have some evidence of that.
I'm not going to order it today. And even if I order today, I don't think that we would get it done in time, by a day.
Okay.
So I appreciate the argument, but I'm not going to order it today. Let me hear quickly from Ms. Smith as to the issues of concern. And if I don't want to rush anyone, but if we could make it just to the issue of the safety of the child from the mother's house for the next 3 weeks and why it's not safe for the mother. I don't hear everything about all the other issues that I'm going to have to hear on April 27th and 20th. I just want to hear that one issue today, why it's not safe between now and 3 weeks from now for the child to be at the mother's house. Come on up, Ms. Smith, and just tell me in your words what's going on at the house and why you don't think it. You can have a seat. Ms. Hubble, you can have a seat, please.
DCS did a home study at her house.
Okay.
And DCS recommendation at the end of the day was that the mom receive homemaker services for her home because there are rooms in the house that cannot be accessed due to clutter. I had pictures, but my thing died over there because we've been.
Oh, sorry.
And then the other aspect of that was the DCS was going to ask her to complete a mental health assessment due to the fact that when DCS was involved previous, we asked her to clean the house then too. And homemaker services were not given because Ms. Hubble said that she was going to clean the home. At that time, there were only 2 rooms that couldn't be accessed in the house. At this time, the only room that's probably accessible in the house is in the living room where there is a bed and there's clutter around there too. And maybe pieces of the kitchen. And so where DCS was, I can't make her. I can't say your child can't sleep in a bed with you in a living room. But what I can say is that it's not safe in the environment around for your child to be. Ms. Hubble said that they spend most of their time in the places that were, I guess, quote unquote, not really cluttered, but I would really have to show you the pictures. And if that's the case, then that's fine, but we can't prove that at all. So we were going to ask her or require her to do comply with homemaker services and to get a mental health assessment, and a parenting assessment, which is what they told me to allow her to do.
Okay. And so based on the clutter and the issues in the house, you just don't, DCS at this point does not feel that it would be safe for the child to spend the night or spend any time at the house?
No, she, from my understanding, when I got involved, originally she wasn't letting us in at all. Then when I got in, I was just like, okay. The child was going from her house to Sanan's house, and I don't know how often the child was going back from those houses, but at that point she had agreed to leave the child at Sanan's house, and that she would get the child, they would alter or figure out when she could get the child. As it stands now, from my understanding, the child spends time with his mom, and the child spends time with his dad. As far as long term, no, that house needs to be clean. As far as short term, yes, because the child's not there 100% of the time.
So tell me, like, is she okay to stay there for during the whole week, or just for the weekend, or just for a day?
See,
from DCS's
from
perspective.
DCS standpoint, she's gonna have to clean her house, period. But where it was I think that she was spending 3 days there, and then she was going to his house. I don't know.
There's 4 nights here and He has 3 overnights during the week, and I have.
Your Honor, object to Ms. Hubble interrupting
Yeah,
the
look,
witness.
I'm gonna let you to respond in just a second, but whatever it went from DCS perspective, safety wise for the child, is it safe for her to spend the night at the mother's house?
At a night, yes.
Just a night, not a week,
No.
not 2 days,
Yes.
2 days, but no more than a week.
I think that the house needs to be clean.
Okay.
Period. But does
If she's there for
where
a short
she
period
sleeps,
of time, she's okay.
Is it hazardous where she sleeps on that bed where it is? No.
Okay. All right. So this is what I'm gonna do. I appreciate everybody and what y'all going to say. What I'm gonna order that between now and the time we come back to court, that the child remain with Mr. Guider, that Ms. Hubble have weekend visitation at her house. Ms. Hubble, you need to clean your house up so that between the next time that we come here, that things are clean. So I am changing visitation for now. I will be back on April the 27th and 28th. I will address it at that time. But for right now, the child will remain with the father during the day or during the week, and then at the mother's house on the weekends. That would be the court's order.
Every weekend, Your Honor?
It's announced in the next court date, yes.
And is that overnights as well on the weekends?
Yes.
And just after school on Friday?
Yes.
Until,
6 o'clock on Sunday.
So I'll be getting her after school on Friday till 6 o'clock Sunday. He has her 6 o'clock Sunday till Friday at 3.
Correct.
Okay.
All right, we'll see y'all back
thank you, Your
I
Honor.
think she said until Friday at 3.
after school.
After school.
So I get her after school
Yes.
till 6 o'clock Sunday, and he's got her for the rest of the time.
Yeah. That is,
And just so we could be clear as to where the child will be dropped off, because we usually have this issue, are the parents okay with, the father is okay with dropping the child off to the mother's home?
I usually meet, I'll meet her, I'll meet him.
Because I just don't want any
I'll get her
issues
from
over the next
school-
3 weeks.
I'll get her from school on Friday.
Okay.
And then I'll meet him at 6 o'clock on Sunday night.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm sorry, is Your Honor doing an order for?
if you could do an order on that, I appreciate that.
Including
all the other issues
trial
will-
date?
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Hubble, before you leave, let me just suggest that it may behoove you to consider if Mr. Guider is going to do the parent assessment. It may behoove you to consider it as well. I'm not ordering you to do so, but it may be something that if you have got nothing to hide and something to prove to them that there's absolutely nothing wrong with you, there would be absolutely no reason to have the parent. So I'm just putting that in your spirit. You pray on that, you think about it, and then we'll do it on April 27th and see what we need to do.
Can I bring Delora in on the 27th so you can meet her and, or can you talk to her in chambers? Because I think if you're making a decision, I think you should.
How old is?
She's 6.5. She's,
Probably not. Her preference is not. I can't consider her preference under the age of 12. I don't think it's always very helpful for children to come and talk. But she has a guardian ad litem who. That's the reason why we have guardian ad litem. That's also the reason we have CASA, because that is what their main goal and objective is, to present what's in the best interest of your child, and so they will tell me what her concerns and wishes are through their witnesses that they call.
Can they talk to, do I need to bring my, I'm trying to not say anything about Delora's dad, and I'm trying to not inconvenience my friends to bring them into court, so.
If you want me to consider why I shouldn't be able to give you more time, why I should let her stay at your house, why I should let her go to homeschool, whatever it is that you want me to consider, you need to make sure that you bring witnesses to consider that. I can tell you that Ms. Rice will have all the witnesses that she's prepared to bring to prove otherwise, and so you need to make sure that you're prepared as well.
When we do the discovery, is like, is the stuff we've already done before, like for the first, is that still good? Or, and then I just like the 10 days before give my.
Correct. You're
So
certificate
all
right.
by 10 days before, I have to have her know who all my witnesses are and
Correct.
anything. But anything I've already, I don't have to give her duplicates of what I didn't use at the other time, or as
No.
long as she,
As long as she already has it.
Okay, thanks.
Your Honor, before everybody leaves, I was over in Magistrate Calhoun.
I'm sorry, Ms. Mitchell. I apologize.
We were prepared to ask that Delora be assessed for therapy, because the back and forth and things that have been said to her. The CASA volunteer did get a chance to speak with the school, and some things were concerning.
Do they have in-base school therapy that you would like to refer her to?
Somewhere of the parents choosing.
Okay.
Would be
Any
appropriate.
objections, Ms. Hubble?
I don't think I think the CASA and the guardian ad litem should be enough.
No, that they don't provide therapy. They
Oh, she doesn't
provide
need
application.
therapy.
I think she needs, Your Honor. I met with the school representatives and they recommend the child get therapy.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do that as well. I will do a recommendation for therapy for the child.
But if we
Or
could
referral
have
to
mom
therapy.
involved with any decisions that are made, it should be communicated that when that decision is made, because I think that mom is surprised that something like that was sought and she didn't know about it. So just to alleviate the issues, if
Absolutely, mother definitely has to be made aware of any issues, any therapy, any questions.
Appointments.
But yes, I'm going to do a referral for services for therapeutic services for the mother. Would that y'all like that to come through DCS or through the school?
therapeutic services for the child.
Uh-huh.
It could be a private provider.
Yeah, I have,
That goes
she's
with her
on my
insurance?
insurance, Your Honor. and
Okay.
we will
If you will make sure that you communicate with Ms. Hubble, who you're referring it to and where it's gonna go.
Yeah, and
All
both
right.
of them would need to do the intake, so she would get information from.
Absolutely.
the therapist.
And Ms.
We're gonna arrange all that.
Well, we already have a therapist, I mean, we went and we have an appointment tomorrow.
Right.
I'm
You
gonna-
gonna go through one? Okay.
Thanks, Yana.
Thank you all. All right, bringing the last but not least, Kelsey Barnes.